Morning, Lennox. Yes, just going to wait a couple of minutes, hope some more people join, because it's such a vital part. John's Lennox, it worries me so few people who understand how to calculate volumes, and as a result, if you don't get that right, it can come back and bite, and it's so important. So hope we get a decent attendance to get the hang of this. Because if you can't work out your volumes, it's like not being able to budget. Very, very important. Don't forget, you can interact. I'll repeat that. I'll put that down, in fact, on the chat line there. Please interact if you need to ask questions. Well, it's 9 o'clock, and it's only yourself has joined so far, Lennox. I put it out in my group, etc., for people to join. And you know, if people battle to make money and they don't come to the classes, you know, they're going to continue, and it's quite frustrating because, as I say, one of the biggest problems, without doubt, we've got thousands of clients where they're having is they're not getting the volumes correct. They don't have a position size calculator, and they don't know size, etc. It's like going to a shop when you're on a salary and not working to a budget. If you overspend, you're going to get trouble when you get home. Simple as that. Okay. Well, Vicky's coming. Vicky should know that. Been around for a while. Anyway. Hi, Vicky. There's not much of a turnout today. I hope it's going to be a bit more. Yeah, but yeah, you've been a fairly regular in the trading room. You've done some trading. I'm assuming you know how to operate the calculator. Glad to have you here, sure, but I'm assuming you already knew that. But if you don't, well, great to have you here. As I say, I was hoping for a decent turnout. I posted on my group app, etc. I don't know. Yeah, but we'll do it anyway. Okay. But the problem is people join late. They come in halfway and they don't fully understand. I'm be honest, Vicky, I grasp to try and understand how people will buy a course, not open it up or go to a class, try to trade without understanding budget, and especially most facilities and bet put forward. Do you go to the shop without budgeting? It just astounds me, to be honest. Maybe you can enlighten me. Why would you why would you not when you offer these? And nobody else does. And yeah, and then they wonder why they battle. It just confounds me. Anyway, as you know, Vicky, I'm licensed to advise with the regulatory body in SA called the FSCA, Financial Service Conduct Authority. And yeah, I also host a trading room to enhance your skills later on. Once you've done a couple of classes, you know the basics of what's going on with Forex and CFDs and the differences. But this is not about training on trading per se. It's just purely about the position size calculator. Now, this is for laptops. And again, a lot of people are trying to make a go of a business without the right tools. If you go into any business, and this is a business, you need the right equipment, you need the internet, you need some knowledge, and you need obviously some capital. And people are trying to do this without knowledge, without understanding, not even having sufficient capital, but more to the point, when you have the right equipment. The internet is extremely slow, and sometimes they can't afford to attend Zoom meetings to learn. And then on top of it, they operate without a laptop. It's like becoming a mechanic, and you call out to help somebody get their car going, and you produce a plastic or a glass spanner and hammer. Doesn't, you know, how can you possibly succeed, you know? But the position size calculator is not for phones, it is for a laptop, okay? And you get it by the live chat. All you do is you go to the live chat on your portal or on the Quick Trade or SMC website, and then you go to tech support and you download it. Oh, sorry, the tech support helps to download onto your a laptop like I've got it here. Position size calculator under Navigator, there it is. So we're going to do a trade. We'll give you a trade that came out, I think it was on Friday, just to make sure. You have the trades in your mailbox, that's where you get your trade signals from. Most of them are mine because I'm qualified to do them, but not all. A lot of them come from the trade room and other aspects as well. Nice. I think I've still got you guys. Just come back in. It's a fiber, so maybe some box fiber having some problems. I don't know. Okay, it's back in. It's a short, so selling along if you're buying, clearly. I'm just going to put on my backup router. Yeah. Okay, right. Welcome, Komatsu. Okay, so go to the live chat, technical support, and there you'll see, just a second, it might be a problem with that, no, it's not. And there they'll assist you in downloading onto your laptop, be under Navigator, but they'll help you with that. Right, then you double click on it. I'm going to do an exercise which we had on Friday, 23rd, yesterday, for a short selling signal that came out. And it said, obviously, it gives you the details there. Right, first of all, I'm going to double click and open it up. So there you can see it, straightforward. You need to have to go to operate the platform because we won't place a signal for you. You've got to know how to place a signal, not complicated, pretty straightforward. We've still got to do it. We'll give you the signals, but we ain't going to load them for you. We don't have what's called a category 2 license to do that at the moment. Okay, so there it even gives you the different risks. So depending on your account size, you've got to work out what risk you can tolerate. Equity management, like any budget, is very important. You don't want a £1,000 account going 0.03 because you're risking nearly 50% of your entire capital on a high-risk speculative derivative instrument, which this happens to be. So I'm suggesting you don't risk more than 10% if you've got an account below 4 grand or maybe 3 grand. And then reduce it up 5 grand upwards to 5%. In other words, you reduce your risk percentage as you get more balance. So if you've got about £1,000 in your account, you clearly can't take the trade because, well, 160 bucks is 16%. It's way overexposed. So a lot of trades you won't be able to take. And you've got to know the basic arithmetic to work that out. You need to know, 1 and 1 is 2 in basic percentages. Otherwise, you're going to battle in life, never mind this. So, right, so you look at it, but let's pretend you've got enough capital and you work out the volumes and it gives you the potential risk and reward. Okay. What you do then is you put the price in. So I'm going to do what's called, instead of an instant, if it's an instant, that figure there will move at the same rate as the market value. Bearing in mind the market is closed the weekend, that's why no movement. So I'm going to put pending. Okay. So put in the trade idea came out 1.1414. Okay, I'm not worried about I'm after pips, not points, not too worried about that. The stop loss would be 1.1285. And there you'll see the TP is, got the wrong way around, sorry. I always put the stop loss first when I send out a signal, beg your pardon. 1492, and then the TP is 1.1285. Then you click on the blank P place here and it comes out. Let's put this out of the way. It'll tell you there, 160 bucks up for 0.01, and your risk is above 1.5, so that's okay. Below that, your risk reward ratio is not that great. Above that, that's fine. So it's above 1.5, no problem there. That is your risk for 0.01. If you want to do, if you can risk 1,600 Rand, obviously put 0.1. If you risk 16,000 Rand, you put 1.0, depending on your equity and what you're prepared to risk. Simple as that. Are we all clear with that? Okay, right. Sometimes the price, we cannot predict the price. The market moves, it does not wait for us. And you get the signal and it's slightly higher than that. If you're selling short, it's a better price. Don't put a sell stop in. Once you've done your platform trading, you know what that penny order means. Rather go to market and you're getting a better price. I was busy in the trading room, so by the time I fiddled and faffed around, etc., I'd missed the trade, but funny enough, it did go up in my favor. So I managed to get in myself at better price. Lucky me. Doesn't always happen. Okay. So now, then you've got your position size calculator. You've worked out your risk, and you can place the correct volume accordingly. So when you go to the GBP CHF, you will know the volume to put in there, and obviously the stop loss and TP will give you. And in this case, it's a sell, and you can do your thing. Okay. Any questions on that? It is vital. I'm not exaggerating. Vicky knows me. I think he's been a few times to trade room. I go on about it every time. I'd like you to join me once you got the basics, where we do practical trading in the trading room. I can assist you there. I host it. And I can safely say that is without doubt the number one reason why people screw up is they just don't get the volumes, the budget, the management correctly done. They just don't do it properly. Okay. If you don't get that done, it's like driving 180 in 100 zone. You wonder why you spend a weekend in holding cell or in jail or wherever they send you, or you have a car crash, or you get a big fine, or you get to problems. Okay. Don't overexpose. Any questions? It is vital. If you can't understand how to get the volumes right, you're going to have a very, very expensive trading career. Trust me on that. Vicky, you understand what I mean? I hope you guys do as well. Got to get this. I'm recording this, by the way. If you missed some of it, you can go back over it. I'm recording the cloud, and I've also on top of it recorded. Go to the portal, run down the bottom of the menu, you'll see social media. I've recorded on YouTube under position size calculated, the time and the date, so it's there. But you cannot trade unless you can work out basic volume. You can't go shopping unless you know what your budget is. You just buy stuff off the shelf and off you go. No, you work it out. Does it fit in your budget? Same principle. Hope that's all clear. It's not complicated, but you've got to get the concept. Don't forget the big three: right equipment, knowledge, and capital. You need all three, not 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3, but all three. And we're here to help. We're very much here to help. Okay, I've got some new guys joining in now. So any questions from Lennox? All good, Vicky, okay? And anybody else? Matsatsi, Tomotso, should I say? Any questions so far? Have I what I've been saying? Is it clear? Is my accent okay? I'm not going too quick. Interact. I get a lot of problem. People don't even interact. They don't ask, they don't find out, they get left behind. They want to be millionaires, but they don't want to pick up a book, don't want to study, don't want to ask questions, don't want to interact, or wonder why that doesn't occur. Unfortunately, you've got to come as well. We'll do our best, but you must come in and ask, otherwise I can't assist. Any questions? Do you understand it? Try not to be too shy. How's it, Assi? Good to have you. Okay, Right. Any questions? If you don't say anything, I'm going to make the assumption you know, and I'll move on. And then you find you don't know, and you're back to square one. People joining now, maybe the confusion with it's 9:30. It's actually 9 o'clock start. But it's so important. I don't mind as long as we get this understood, because it breaks my heart to see people losing money unnecessarily, simply because it's so simple to work out. It's a budget. We've got a calculator. We've designed it for you. It's there to be used. The markets will do their thing. We can't control that, but we control our budget. We can't control other cars on the road. At least you can control your own speed. Are we all good? Any questions? Anything you want me to repeat? Anything you're not sure of? What I explain? Because I know there's one or two guys just joined. I don't want to go over again because it's not exactly the most complicated thing on the planet. Okay, right, I'll start again then. Right, this is for computers. It is laptops or whatever. It's not for the phone. The phone is just there as a backup. There are stuff in the App Store, but you won't be able to do strategy much. It's very limiting. But basically, as I say, you need the equipment, a laptop and Wi-Fi. You do need knowledge. We try to help you with. And of course, then you need capital. You can't buy something if you don't have the TOM, basically. Okay, right. So you get a trade signal, and then it gives you quite clearly on that MT5 mailbox, it gives you the instrument or symbol, the entry price. It shouldn't say or better. If the price at market, obviously it's closed at the moment, it's moving during the week, and it says 1411420 or 1430, it's a better price. So if you like the trade, goodness sake, don't wait to get to 14. Rather get in at 1430 if it's a short sell, because it's a higher or better price. We want this to come down, remember. We're selling short, so we want it to come down. We're going long or buying long, we want it to go up. So if we say buy at 100 and the price is 95, then you want a pleasure, you're going at market, you're getting a better price. Understand that, okay? Don't wait till it gets down that price. It's a higher price, that's a better price. What a pleasure. You get a better risk reward. You might be able to go in bigger volumes. You get the idea. So look at it, and then you bring up your risk calculator. Where do you get this? You get this on the live chat. When you go into the portal, it's on the right, where live chat is, portal or the website. And then you go to technical support, and you'll be downloading your laptop under the navigator. There you see. Right. Now, having said that, that will then, you double click and it comes up. I'm just using GBP-CHF because that was a Friday trade idea that came out. Okay, that's why I'm using it. It went down nicely. Markets go up and down. See how it went down nicely? It popped up. So it's doing its thing. Hopefully it'll come down and hit the TP. Okay. Right. So yeah. So there we are. Don't forget, it tells you when you put in it goes at entry, the stop loss and TP. It will tell you what the risk is per micro. 0.01 is a micro, 160 bucks. So you've got to clearly say what balance have I got and what percentage of that balance I'm prepared to risk to work it out. We've even done that for you. We got up to 4, I think it is. But if you've got a bigger account, obviously you want to risk more, you just do interpolate or extrapolate rather on the maths. So if you want to risk, let's say 1,200 rand, you go 0.08. If not able to teach you basic arithmetic, I'm sure you can work that out. If you can't, well, right. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so that's the calculator, and then you'll know before you enter what your risk is if you get stopped out. Are we good with that? I need a bit of feedback on that because I know I'm going too quick or you don't understand or whatever. Good to have you, but this is purely about the calculator. It's nothing more than that. We're not going to do trading plans or strategies or anything like that. Because, anybody in Marori who joined me in the trading room will know that I do go on about this because overwhelmed, we've got thousands of clients, and most of them do not get that calculate or don't know about it or get it wrong. And that is that. I'd say, I'm not exaggerating, probably about 9% of the reason why people screw up because they can't work out the budget properly. Now, this is absolutely vital. If you don't get this right, you'll battle. Okay. Any questions on that? It's as straightforward as that. Go to the live chat and you don't worry about all the other stuff. All you got to worry, if you want to do a pending order, that's it. If you want to, don't even worry about the stop, ignore it. Go to the instant and that will move at the same price as this place here. Don't worry about it. Okay, that will move. If you're doing a pending, you might say, I want to sell it at a higher price. You can put a pending order and your stop loss TP. It'll give you a risk reward and it'll give you the price per 0.01 or might. Simple as that. Then you can work it out. So then you've got to be able to say, yeah, margin call, don't get, some people are beginning now, don't get too confused, but a margin call is when you don't have enough free margin. You need to have margin, it means money on the market, free margin is money in your account. If you don't have enough free margin to sustain the open trade, you're going to get margin. If you don't know that is, Google it, go to class or something. It, as I said at the beginning at 9 o'clock when I started, it absolutely astounds me why people pay good money to get an educational package and not even go to page 1, not even attend a free class, the CFD Forex or whatever. And then occasionally you get a sort of like a WhatsApp message. Can you teach me trading on the WhatsApp in 10 minutes? Well, if it was that simple, there'd be no unemployment. You need to make a little bit of effort, basically, to attend a couple of classes and interact and make sure you understand it. Because if you don't, well, the chances are you're not going to be too good at it. Trying to put it diplomatically. Okay, so that's the bottom line. Okay, any questions on that? I can go through it again. This is vital. You've got to understand it. But if you don't ask, I don't know. Thanks, Maria, Obed, Vicky. You've been here. You know the score. You've been to the trading room. I'm talking about some of the other guys. I've been in contact with Essie. Hi. But you've got to make sure you understand. If you're a good saying, I'll read about it afterwards. Well, here's the opportunity to learn it now. Why, you know, why do it some other time? Here's a time to interact. All good with that? Here's another one. I'll use another one if you like. I'll close that off. We'll go to EURCHF. Here's another one we sent out. That was the day before. That was what? This was Friday. This is on Thursday, right? EURCHF. Knock this off. You do that. You can, here's it's quite simple. There it comes here. MT5 mailbox. Up it comes. Entry or better. Remember the word or better. Again, another short. So if the market price, when you see the signal, is higher than 98.24, you're getting a better price. So clearly then you will be wanting to actually go for it. Okay, so if you see the price is better than the entry price on the signal, take advantage of that with a market order. You need to do your calculator again. So we put that up here. And when did the price again was 98.24. Well, clearly you don't join it now because the signal's going well. We're 40 pips in profit. Okay, so clearly you don't join it now. It's another one. Don't chase it if it's too far away from entry. If it says sell at that price, if it's higher, what a pleasure. Then you get a better price. If it's 3 or 4 pips lower, it doesn't matter too much. You know, you got to think a little bit of common sense. But if it's like 98.10 or below that, or even 98.14, all the risk reward will be up to maggots because that risk reward worked out in that price. If it's higher, that will go down and this will clearly go up, and vice versa if it comes down a little bit more. So if you only get 98 on the dot, you're not going to get a decent risk reward, and the risk is going to be too high for the reward. And you certainly can't enter it now because you certainly will get a risk reward because that ship has sailed. You've missed the boat. Okay, but those who got on board at a better price or that one have a big smile on their face because the trade's going all right. So we're going to put up a pending to see what we mean here. Pretending we're going to check this first. Long's not going to work. It's a short. Sell short, buy long. So you put in the, change that to short because it's a sell. You put in the entry price. I'm just using this as an example to show how it went. 98.24. 4. Not worry about the 5 particularly. That's the point. We're after pips, remember. What's the stop loss? 98.70. And then the TP says 0.9824. Is that right? No, sorry. Look, we're in the wrong place here. We should put the SL first and TP after, because it's my normal habit. 0. Where's the TP? 97477. 97477. Now, there we go. And just click on this part here, blank part there. And there it comes out. Risk is above 1.5. Reward, that is. So that's good. 1.5. And it says there 96, which is about the same as that, 95, plus minus. Okay, good enough. Right. Then if it's obviously, if you're entering at a higher price, look at this. Let's say the price moves to 0.9834. You click on that, you're getting a much better risk reward. Instead of 95, it's only 75. You're getting a better one. But if you entered now, let's say the market was open at instant, clearly that ain't going to work, because your risk now is 190 bucks per micro and your order is 60 bucks. That ship clearly is sold because it's very near the target of 97.47. Okay, it's only got 30 pips to go to hit target. It nearly got there on Friday, just missed it on Friday. Okay, you get the idea. Any questions on that? Is it all straightforward? It's for your sake, it's vital. I'm coming out on Sunday morning to help you guys. It is vital you get this. If you still don't understand how to budget, then I suggest you send your wife or husband shopping. Okay, need some interaction now. Anything you want to go over? Any questions? Anybody? How to get it? How to just, well, it's not very difficult to operate. Just put in the pending or the instance, all you're worried about, short or long, put in the figures you get from here, from the signal, and it gives you your risk reward, and it'll give you your risk for 0.01. That's simple. And you won't have budget problems again. Anyone just want to clarify on that? Asi, Gift, anybody out there, some clarification? Lucolo? Well, that's great, because you just joined. So it's not that difficult. See, I'm trying to take some of this mystique out. Those who know in the trading room, no, it's not quite simple. You can't oversimplify it, but try and take some of the mystique out, because when you start something, you're always frightened it's going to be too complicated. And a lot of people do complicate it. It's massive jargon and details and things like that. And often that massive details, you're missing the bullet points. And the bullet point is this: it's a business, and you've got a budget for that business. And clearly, any business you go into, understand, you want to be in job or whatever, you've got to know something about the job you're being employed to do. And clearly, you've got to, if you're going to business, have some capital, and you've got to have the right tools for the job. It's nothing particularly strange about that. And this tool is a calculator that works out your budget, the volumes, absolutely vital. Right, now, Asi, I wish people would more ask questions like that, because it helps me so much. Thank you very much indeed. That is a vital, vital question. And a lot of guys like yourself have a bit more confidence to ask that, which is great. And some of the other guys might think that, but they're not sure. And you can answer a lot of other people as well. So that's great when somebody does it, because it's not just for themselves, it helps other people. Occasionally get some more experienced traders asking pretty basic questions. I know I'm asking it just to help me to help other people who might be shy to ask. Excellent question. Right, now one of the major problems in South Africa is the lack of capital. Because of, well, we know the economic difficulties, even people on reasonably good salaries have so many outgoings, they don't always have a lot of disposable income. So as a result of it, their capital is, compared to internationally, is, I'm going to be honest, is slightly on the small side, to say the least. Having said that, what you've got is the cards you're dealt with. If you have that, you've got to deal with the cards you're dealt with, common sense. So the percentage, don't complicate, depends how much you got. Now, the international norm is we'll come to margin call in a minute. We just talk about your percentage risk. This is the vital part. The international norm is about 2%. The problem with that, these guys have got in their own currency, whether it be pounds, dollars, yen, it doesn't really matter. We're going to stick with rands. They've normally got 80, 90, 100,000 upwards. Okay, so they can work on that basis. But the trouble we have here is because of lack of knowledge or lack of money or lack of both or whatever, people are starting off with tiny, when I say minuscule amounts of money. As a result of it, they cannot work on that principle. They would never trade. Okay, so you've got to increase that percentage with a much smaller balance. Again, that's a trouble when you're undercapitalized, is because number one, you've got to be overexposed, otherwise you won't be able to trade. And number two, often you can only afford, because you need to have enough margin in your account, free margin we call it, to maintain the open trade. So often they might get 2 or 3 signals coming out and they can only pick one. And you can't ask me which is the best one. I think they're all good. I don't know which is going to be the best or the worst or whatever. They might work out, one might not, one might work out, 2 might not. You know what I'm saying? Or 2 might work out, 1 might. The problem is you might get 3 and 2 are winners and 1 isn't so good. And you have to pick one of them, because you can't pick 2 or 3, because you can't diversify, because you're undercapitalized. I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about here. Capitalized money, you know? You haven't got enough money, you got to buy 1. You can't buy 2 or 3. You haven't got enough time, basically. Okay, so that is the problem with having tiny amounts of money. And therefore, you've got all your eggs in one basket. All that expression, all your eggs are in one basket. That is the problem. And if that one goes wrong, you've not only got tiny amounts of capital, now you've got even tinier amount of capital. So it's probably out the game. So you need to get the capital and you need knowledge. I'll help you with the practical stuff in the trading room. And of course, you have to have the right equipment. You can't drive to work if you don't have a car. That's common sense. So you need a laptop, you need internet, and the knowledge you pick up down the road. As long as you're in platform training, you will get the trading signals. I'm sure you how to operate the platform. And yeah, but the thing is, it's all useless to you if you don't have the capital to make use of it, clearly. I'm going to buy a house, but I'm not going to go house shopping with 50K. Because I know there's many houses out there you can get for 50K. Well, same principle, okay? So going back to the original question, I'm saying right about 3 grand or below, use about 10%. If you're going over 10%, you're overexposed. Now, these guys are literally putting 500 or 600 in their account. I mean, that's a meal out for 2, basically. I mean, and this is an international trillion American dollar market. And they're trying to fight it with a meal out for 2. It's like going up against a tank with a pea shooter. It should be common sense. Okay. Now, the problem with that is if you got little as 500 rand, 10% rule means you can only risk 50 bucks. I'm saying majority of the trading signals have a risk above 50. You can't trade. If you got 1,000, that's even tiny. That's 100 rand max. You can go over that if you want, but you're exposed. And once 2 trades on the trot could go wrong for you, now you haven't got to get the point. So if you're going about 2 grand, 200, you get 10%. All right. Once you get over 3 grand, you can start lowering down to 7% to 5 grand. I'd say 5 grand, about 5%, maybe a little bit more, 6%, about 300 rand. 10 grand in the region, about 500 to 600. Once you start going into 15, 20, 25, you can reduce it now to maybe 3%. And once you're on 50 upwards, probably about 2%. You see how the guys with bigger amounts can diversify, and they can still make Tom with a smaller risk on their capital. Everything is in their favor. That's why people lie, steal, cheat, kill for money, because you got more advantage. A guy starting off with knowledge and the right equipment and the quality equipment and the quality Wi-Fi with a decent amount of capital clearly have more chance. The guy with a telephone using mobile data, very little knowledge or understanding, and virtually no capital. It's just common sense, isn't it? So that hopefully makes sense. So I don't know, and you probably will not broadcast what you've got, and I certainly won't, as you do, in individual amounts. But if you got less than £3 grand, around about 10%. If you got 200 or 300 grand, well, you're completely, utterly wasting your time. I'm going to be basically honest with you there. Even sounds harsh. You're wasting your time. You will not succeed. You don't have enough capital to trade. You've got to think not what I'm going to get out of it, but what I'm going to put in as well. Too many people think what I get out and what you put in as well. Very important. Now, the free margin, I'm going to show you mine again. There we go. Right, just get this out of the way. The free margin, right, is the free margin you get on. Sorry, move this out of the way. I'm like staring all the time. Right, the free margin is you get when you look at your trade. You'll see on the left the balance. I'm going to use a round figure of 10,000 rand. So you've got 10K there. Next to it is equity. The equity is the balance plus or minus your open profit or loss. So let's say you're in a couple of trades and you're up 200 rand, argument's sake. So it'll be balance 10 grand, equity will be 10,200. If you're down 200 rand, it'll be balance 10,000, equity 9,800. The next will be margin. That's the amount of money that's on the market. So let's say you've got 4 grand on the market and you exactly break it even at the moment to make my life easier. So therefore, you'll have 6,000 rand free margin, no problem. Next door to that, you'll see margin level in percentage. If it's 80%, you will be margin called. That means your position, or if you're more than one position, the biggest position will be automatically closed. Doesn't matter where your stop loss is. If your stop loss is, I don't know where's your stop loss here, what is there at the moment. But let's say your stop loss was here. I should have moved that. Forgotten. Anyway, you can modify it. I forgot to move it. Or did I? No, I didn't move that. I didn't move this, right? You can modify your stop loss, by the way, to once your stop loss is better than entry, you're in profit. But having said that, let's say you're in this, you've got 2 trades, this is your biggest trade, and your stop loss is up there, and you've run out of free margin or it hits 80%, that position will automatically be closed. You have to have free margin to keep that open. Again, that's the problem with people not understanding that, not understand they're in leverage positions or even understanding what leverage is, and not have enough capital and not understanding why. They're trying to trade without the knowledge. Okay, and if you haven't got the knowledge, you need to go and get it. I mean, there's courses out there. Obviously, we recommend Stock Market College because it's an associated company. I'm with Quick Trade, but if you do buy it, go look at it. You know what I mean? Attend a class or 2. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. You must keep above 80%. So to play safe, keep it above 100% margin level, so you're good. And that is after trade. Not so I've got 100% now and I'm about to enter the Euro CHF. Once you enter that trade, I could take it now close to 80. The market moves up and down. A slight little movement against you on the market, taking from 82 to 79, it's going to be margin call, even though they're great trades. So make sure you've got enough free margin. And the way to do it is to have enough capital. If you don't, you've got to go in no more than 0.1 and 1 at a time. You can't diversify. And don't think you can get a higher leverage when you can, but it won't work for you. All the higher leverage ones are small deposit. You still got to remember you can't risk more than 10% or you're going to get margin call. Whether your leverage is higher or lower or medium, doesn't matter. You've got to work under that understanding. Are we good with that, Asi? If you need more clarification, I'll give it because it is vital. I'm going to put it out there. You're not, if don't understand the basic arithmetic, you don't have the capital, it's completely gobbledygook to you. It could be honest, not for you. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting the money of a brain surgeon. I've got to be honest with myself. Am I likely to become one? No. Okay, you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to get this. It's basic common sense. Okay. So you're good with that. Everyone else good with that. Have the calculator, work it out, work out your balance, what your risk is, Make sure you've got enough margin. If you haven't, don't take the trade, or better still, try and get some margin. I was expressing it's like a guy sitting in a little plastic chair at a plastic table with 2 loaves of bread and a dozen eggs, selling back, trying to sell to make money. You're undercapitalized. You get the idea. You can certainly do it, but how much money are you going to make? If you got £1,000, I'll give you an example. If £1,000, you make, there's a lot of work involved, a lot to learn, but what sort of income can you make from £1,000's capital? That's the way you've got to be thinking. If you haven't got more, that's fine. Build up. No problem with that. I can build up. Some people start with tiny amount and build up over a period of time. It's this trying to get Rome built in a day with very little capital. It will take longer. I mean, Vicky there started with £1 million. Just joking, Vicky. I know him, okay? And Assy started with £5,000. Who's going to get to the target quicker? Clearly the guy with more capital. Doesn't matter. You haven't got the capital. Just expect it to take longer. But don't expect to make ridiculous amounts of money and get your house in bloody the Bahamas or wherever you want to go by the end of the year when you're undercapitalized. I mean, it's just, it should in theory be common sense, but it worries me most people not getting that principle. You know, don't expect you'll get to Cape Town your bicycle, but don't compete with a Ferrari. That's what I'm saying, because it costs more. You know what I mean? Obviously, theory. Are we good with that? Any questions on the position size calculator? I'm going to now put up my number. It's Roger. Trading support. Just give me a second. What's that number? It's guys like Assy and that's got it, but those who haven't can have it. Now I'm going to put a caveat to that in a minute. 3431. Right, a couple of caveats to that. If you're on a demo and you got a few $100, I can't assist. Not being nasty, I can't. I cannot offer any value. You're undercapitalized. But if you've got $2,500 or $150 or more, depending whether you've got a Zara US dollar account, I can upload you to my QT WhatsApp VIP web WhatsApp group, where you'll get daily updates, daily morning updates, economic updates, that is, a few other bits and pieces of interest posted. And when we get an extra signal, it can be put on there because you've got enough capital to maybe go and diversify to more than one signal. If you've got less than that, often you're stuck with going for one at a time because you don't have enough free margin. Certainly below £1,000, you've got no choice in the matter. Okay, so carefully look at the risk and work on the 10% rule. If you've got £1,000 and it's 120 Rand per micro, you can't take the trade. If you've got 20 grand, don't put 0.01 in, clearly, and work on that basis. Okay. Happy with that? I am qualified to advise, and I do a trading room. I'm just going to put, but don't train the trading room if you just started, because you might get a bit confused. But once you got the basics, you know, the lot sizes, you know, the limiting forex and CFDs, the basic, you can join me in the trading room. I'm just going to give you the details now. Just give me a second. Now, just going to copy and paste it for you. Where is it now? Hang on. Sorry, just give me a moment. I'm trying to find the bloody. Here we are. I think this should do it. Sorry, too much clutter on my other screen there. There we are. There's a time, Zoom ID, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good stuff. So once you've got the basics, we go over the calculator as well, and we do other practical aspects where you can enhance your trading skills, okay? And we get a lot of good trading ideas coming out of that. Okay, so again, it's about position size calculator. Are we good? Any questions? And you want to go over again on it? And I trust you've been to platform training. Has anybody not been to platform training? Because you'd obviously need to know how to operate the platform. You're new. Okay, I'll remember Bongili, I hope I pronounced it properly, or Nikki. Remember, we all started. I mean, the first look at the card, you looked at it the first time, and what's this thing here? And then after a while, we all got started. That's not a problem. So, yeah, strongly suggest #1 platform training. It's on every evening, I think, 6:30. I don't normally do it. I'm just filling in today. Position size color we've covered today. On the YouTube, sorry, on the portal, you'll go down to social media at the bottom of the menu there on YouTube. This is recorded. If you came late, we close up after about 10ish anyway. Go over a little bit if you like. You just cover that. And then, so you need to, well, no password to the meeting. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so you need to go over that. Lost my thread. Yeah, so if you're new, you got to start, but don't expect it to come to you guys. It worries me. So many people sit there, hope it's going to like a download their head. You've got to interact. You've got to come to the party. We'll provide, but you've got to attend, hopefully on time if you can, depending on your circumstances. And then if you're not sure something, go over it again. Don't sort of wait for the money to fall from heaven, which seems to be quite a common action. That's not going to happen. It's a skill worth getting, absolutely. You know, come to the party to do it. Okay, so yeah, you do need to know how to #1 platform training. You need a funded account, and then and go to a couple of basics. Do it on your Stock Market College effort there. They'll help you. I'm not Stock Market College. And you see the Stock Market College, phone the sales guy, or go to the live chat, and you'll see Stock Market College academic support, whatever on there will assist you. And then once you've got the basics, once you know operating a platform, clearly now you hopefully understand the calculator there. You can join in the trading room where we'll enhance your trading practical expertise, knowledge, etc. We go through more detail of the trading aspect. And you'll need that. I see we've got thousands of people, only a small percentage join it, and the ones that don't join it often do things which are incorrect and no need to be incorrect. They can easily be cleaned up to join the my classes, if you like, hopefully. I am loud. I'm a direct speaker, those who know me, but what you see is what you get. And I am on your side, okay? And it breaks my heart to see people least afford it lose money simply unnecessarily. Okay, any question, guys? Thanks for excellent question by that. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Anything to ask? Doesn't matter, whatever it is, we'll try and assist. And even there, was it Vicky came to the party there? I didn't quite understand that. He understood what you meant and he helped me out by saying no password needed. Just have to register, I think, and away you go. Platform training and the trading room is part of the service. Forex classes and CFD classes are only available to those who bought the course for Stock Market College, so I cannot supply you that free of charge, obviously. And thanks for helping me out, everybody. Good man. Okay, Bongili, you're new. So yeah, platform training, step 1. Couple of classes, step 2, join us trading room, step 3, and then that's an ongoing process. It's like a forum, like a bit of a family, if you like. And of course, funded account. Don't kid yourself on demos. Demos are just a practice to learn how to operate the platform. You will not learn how to trade in the demo itself. Kidology. Vicky, you've traded. Asi, you've traded. Obed, you've traded. The guys who trade will all know exactly what I mean. A large part of trading is the emotional state that you're in and controlling that. You don't have it if the money is Mickey Mouse monopoly money. Only when you do it real do you start learning. I would say it's like it's a 6-foot putt on the putting green, and it's for fun, easy. Put $1 million on it, different ball game, or it remains a 6-foot putt. Slightly exaggerated to get my point across. So don't think you'll learn how to trade on a demo account. You won't. It does more damage than good. Ask anybody who spent time at the demo, went to live. It's a completely different ball game. It's the real McCoy. So get off that demo, get onto the live. Start off small with pleasure, but you've got to break the ice for real money. Otherwise, you've been, the longer you put it off, the more the fear builds. It's an emotional area. You've got to strong to overcome, and discipline involved. That's what makes a successful person. Just want to make that clear, guys. This is a zero-sum game. If everyone wins, somebody had to lose. Not creating money out of thin air. So somebody wins 10 rounds, some lost it. Some lost 10 rounds, somebody's won it. Who's like to win? The guys who made the effort. Who's not like to win? The guys who don't. Okay. And we'll provide it for you. What we ask is you to interact so we can help. Because I enjoy it. I enjoy helping, but I can't read your mind. Any other questions? I can go over something again if you're not sure of, but please tell me. Why don't you think of that and get encouraged to put on the chat line? You can even interact verbally if you want. Just click on the audio. That will have really good, volumes. Just you can speak. You can speak like I'm speaking, of course. Just want to go back to Ashley again. Are we all clear with my explanation there? Because I've been doing this for a while, and I can have the mistake of getting a bit complicated. I'm not a trained presenter, to be honest, and I sometimes go into a bit more detail and confuse people when they're starting. And I've been doing this for a long time. Forget, what I mean. These guys are starting, for goodness sake, Roger, beg your pardon. So just to make sure I'm clear. Unfortunately, because I'm going to be honest with you, if you want to be a success, you've got to put the time in as well. I mean, I'm too busy. I want to be a doctor and I want to get the money of a doctor, but I haven't got time to go to the hospital because I'm too busy trading. Well, how am I going to make money in a hospital? So you've got to find a way. Now, there are recordings, as I said, on the social media, YouTube, on the portal, on the menu there, which you can go over it maybe in the evenings when you get home. You can have it on your phone to check, to modify your stop loss, if it's going to a nice profit to reduce risk. You can look at the trading ideas, etc. there and place them. Certainly can be done until you're in a situation where you can spend more time on it. Yeah, but unfortunately, you do need to spend time, especially when you're starting, getting the knowledge, etc. So if you have to do it in the evening, so be it. Clearly, then everything will be recorded because it's like you go to the dentist. It's during the day. Like your job's during the day. But like anything, I mean, they're not going to pay you at work if you work 9 to 5. You're not going to pitch up there. It's a business, How many businesses are going to be successful? I mean, once you build it up and you've got a manager running, maybe. But you've got to build it up first, and that takes a bit of work. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? And I hope that makes sense. And I'm just begging you guys, try and get rid of this attitude seems to be of something for nothing. You know what I mean? You might get lucky by winning by buying a lottery ticket, but the odds are against. Try and understand that. If you don't put anything in, don't expect to get a heck of a lot out. It's like everything. Okay, are you good there, Gift? Elsinore? Oh, sorry. Right. Yeah, it's Elsinore. You good there? And Diswa? A few guys there. Are you good? Any questions? You want to just repeat or go over again? Very important this. You take the time to attend. Let's get some value. The decent bloody. I bought 5 of this bloody thing. Must be something you're not sure of. Anyway, you got my contact details again. The stipulation, obviously, a funded account, and please on WhatsApp. And if you do contact me, just give me your full details. Don't just say this is George or whatever, because I don't know who George is. Okay. And Diswa, can I help you? Are you trying to interact there? Obviously not listening. You're doing it. Fair enough. No problem. Your choice. Mute everybody because it's interfering with it. Okay. Any questions? supposed to be 9 till 10. I might go a bit longer as long as people interact and get the idea here. Okay, yeah, it's ongoing. It's any skill that's going to pay you money, guys, takes more than 5 minutes. When you know we have unskilled, semi-skilled, skilled, and highly skilled. I mean, you know, well, take a famous footballer. Everyone's football, Messi. Highly skilled, that's why he gets the money. The lower the skill, the lower the knowledge, the lower the tom. Simple as that. Lower the money. Simple as that. So there's no problem with that. But get the basics. It's not that complicated. I'm not talking about bloody a PhD in astrophysics here. It's not that complicated. And then join in the trading room. There we'll enhance it on an ongoing basis. Some guys have been to the trading room. Anybody have been to the trading room, found they got value from it? Vicky, did you get any value from it? Not just me to talk, try and help the other guys. Vicky, did you get any value from it? Yeah, well, there you are. So Vicky clearly did. Oh, you've been as well, Massey. Oh, fantastic. Good. Maybe I missed your name. Vicky Park. Oh, maybe I have quite a few there. Fantastic. So you got value. So what I'm saying, it's all right me to try and push it, but I'm the host. I would push it. I'm trying to get guys who are getting benefit. So obviously, that's like a referral. So if you've got, you see, other guys have been there that said they got benefits. So join me. But you won't build, if you're doing a lot size, you know absolutely nothing. You'll get confused, you join, but get the basics and join. I can't promise I'll get the gold price in the right direction, do our best. That market will do what the market does, but we can clear up the basic issues and certainly get them solved. Okay, I think that's about it, guys. If you're all good, you got my contact details. You know about the trading room. Platform trading, position size calculator is free of charge. It's ongoing. And so it's a trading room. And the details of Forex, the basics and what do you call it, indicators and technical analysis, you'll get from the CFD, which is shares, by the way. It's a derivative of shares, and you'll get from the Forex classes for your basics, and then you can join me. Are we all good? Anything else before we close up? Anything else before we close up? And remember, like I said, on the portal, bottom of the menu, you'll see social media and trading room, and this particular one is recorded there. It's better if you can interact by being live, but if you can't, like Lukulolo said, if I got the name right, Lukulolo, I think I pronounced it right, said if you can't attend it, because obviously you're not being paid to work to attend the trading room, then of course it's going to be awkward for you, it is recorded. But whatever, you've got to find some time to get those basics, then we can help. Okay. And platform training number this. Don't ask me, say, I've got this trader, help me place it. It's not my job. Your job is to know how to place by attending platform training. My job is to advise and assist those who can place the order. Learning how to place the order, that's what platform training is about. Working out the risk, the dish size calculator, that's what that's about. We assume you know that. We assume how to modify your stop and TP, etc. Those basics, and then I can advise going further. Okay, and keep in contact. A lot of clients, I won't be chasing you. It's up to you to chase me. Hear that, ladies? You got to chase me. Only kidding. Are we all good? Any question before we close up? You feel a little bit of glimmer of understanding? Thanks for that, Ria. Riyadh, sorry. See Riyadh as in Saudi Arabia. Riyadh, beg your pardon. Okay, we're all good. Okay, guys. Okay, don't forget it's recorded. Attend a few more. Get those basics, and we'll help you get going. Thank you very much, Satsi. And yeah, you got my details, etc. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for joining me. And thank you, Ashley. Keep in touch, Ed. Cheers. And remember, if you've got $2,500 or more, or $150 or more, if you've got a USD account, WhatsApp me and I'll upload to my VIP WhatsApp group. Okay. If you haven't, once you have added funds to that level, again, WhatsApp me and let me know and I'll add you. And please WhatsApp me. Don't just put your first name down. I have no idea who you are. Don't say, this is me from platform training. I'd like to upload me. Well, who are you? You know, so put your full names and preferably on top of it, I can check it out. It takes time. I use the number, to be honest. But it'd be easiest put you say, my name is John Smith or whatever, and my real account number is 200-205-674. I've got the funds. Please upload me. Quickly check, and then we're all ready to rock and roll. And we'll take it from there. I can help you then. Help me to help you, as I say. Okay. Cheers, guys. On that note, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cheers, Bye.